Hello guys, class 8. We will discuss over here as I am your science teacher Rashid Khan from Lakshmi Prasad Memorial Public School Gola Bazar Gorakhpur. Here we have to know about the electrical the chemical effect on electric current. What would be the chemical effect on the electric current? Before explaining this, we have already discussed how we measure or how we know that there is a electric current flows. For those reasons, in a liquid when there is electric current flows, so how we can measure it? We can measure by applying a diode like a LED, that is a light emitting diode. So this diode can be wherever the electrical charges flows, this diode can glow easily when there is anions and cation produces. But if there is no bulb glow after adding in a liquid, so what will happen? So there is another way by which we can know there is a charges flow. This is what we can call, this is a magnetic compass. If the magnetic compass come through a vessels or the material where there is a electric current continuous flows, so there is some deflections happen in case of a north and south directions. So this can be measured only by magnetic compass. Why? Because its characteristics of the electric is toward that continuous supply of the electric currents behave like a magnet. When these behave like a magnet, then it means it can be deflected the magnetic needle as well. Or magnetic compass may be used for measuring the electric charges flow through this. So the next criteria by which we can measure the current of the electrical charges by the magnetic compass. Now we have to go through see about the chemical effect of electrical charges. How these charges can be confirmed, how these charges may be varies, how we can say there is a chemical effect is going on in a particular liquids. So in case of a liquid, when ever we can see there is a bubbling happens. If there is a bubble produces, there is a color get changed, or might be there is some certain order. So on these particular type of changes or changing may takes place. So through this we can know in which the electric current get supplied. That means by changing the color, by producing the bubbles, as well as their color and order, we can know there is a electric current supply through this. In this sequence, we know that the electric current supplied through an object or in a liquid by electrical equipments. So if there is a electrical supply go through in a chemical, so there is a electroplating, resulting the electroplating takes place. Electroplating is the medium by which the chemical just changes even after the changing in the changing of what? Wherever the changing of color or might be the layer of object, that is called as a electroplating. How the electroplating happens? As you know that the electrolysis of a water, how the electrolysis of water we can do? As the electrolysis of a water is the same, in the same manner we can do about the electroplating. Here we can see the graphite rod, which act as an electrode. It is a positive charge, that is a anode. This one is negative charge, called as a cathode. And here is water. the water in which some amount of the sulfuric acid H2SO4, these are what H2SO4 added to this, and when there is a supply of electric current goes through. So here is the negative charges, so the hydrogen ions get deposited over there, and rest of the oxygen, that is a negative charge, which get deposited over there. Oxygen get deposited. So in this form we can say this can be only happen by the process of electrolysis. So what we can say that electrolysis is the process through which the constituent material or the constituent part or the particles get deposited over there by the supplying of electric current in a particular liquid or in water. So in this sequence we can know that there is a oxygen gas involved and here is hydrogen gas involved. So in this sequence, when these gases are involved, we can keep in a test tube. In a test tube, if there is a oxygen and here is a hydrogen, what will happen? The burning splinter, when the burning splinter kept into the mouth of these two particular tubes where is the oxygen produces, so it burns more. It burns more, but in case of a hydrogen, this splinter produces pop sound. This splinter produces pop sound. It is confirmed that if there is a pop sound produces, it is confirmed that there is a hydrogen, and if there is a splinter get burn in an extra amount, so it is confirmed that there is a oxygen. Why? Because oxygen is a supportive gas. So in this regard we can say there will be the electroplating done. On the basis of the electrolysis, the particles which is get decomposes their constituent material, or they are constituted when they get decomposed, it get deposited over the other electrodes, and in this way we can say there is a electrolysis through which by the most of the metal get deposited by the process of electrolysis in the form of electroplating. So electroplating is another form of electrolysis through which we can cover or plated or coated most of the metal that are cheaper by the very cost metal by their coating. Why? Because the material which have the very high cost, they can't be used regular, but the low cost material will be used regular by applying a coat onto them. So class 8 as we know that electroplating is what actually? Electroplating is a form of an electrolysis, or we can say the application of an electrolysis is termed as the electroplating. What is the electroplating means of? What we can say the electroplating? The electroplating is a method or the process by which a thin layer deposition takes place of a metal on any conducting object by applying an electric current. So we can say it is a method on which the deposition of a thin layer to be takes place by the metal on any other electrical conductor by means of electricity, that is termed as electroplating. Suppose if there is a copper and aluminum, so the aluminum is to be electroplated. That means aluminum, we want to electroplating the aluminum or coating to on the surface of the aluminum. So what will have to do? The aluminum has to be coated by the copper. So in that means the copper to be kept as a electrode, and aluminum also act as an electrode, but they are both the difference. The copper kept at a anode and as well as the aluminum kept at a anode. So what will have to do? The copper which is kept on a anode, the anode has to be allowed to release the ions and it has to be stuck to the aluminum, that is a cathode. These two electrodes are kept in such a way that aluminum now get electroplated by using a electric current. How this happen, we will have to explain about in case of any other material like a metal. When metal get supply the electric current, the electroplating will be started from the metal to any other object by supplying an electric current in a electrolyte. How this happen? This can be happen by means of taking a vessels in which we will have to put some amount of electrolyte, and electrolyte should be what? These electrolyte is copper sulfate. So the most important fact is to what? The object on which we want to be electroplating, this must be kept at cathode. That is cathode. It is a negative charge. And the subject by which the electroplating takes place, this could be kept on anode as a positive terminal. So these two terminals are the electrode placed over there. This is a copper rod, and this one is about aluminum or silver rod. What will happen? When we supply the electric current through it, what will happen? There will be a supply of electric current takes place. So what is going on in this medium? We consider electroplating. In the electroplating, the copper and its constituent get deposited over there as the cathode. Why? Because by the continuous supply of electricity, there is a layer formed on the cathode. This layer is said to be the coating, the thin layer depositing of the metal over there. This one is the solution or the electrolyte is of what? Copper sulfate, and this is made up of already, this is of a copper. So the electrolyte, when the electric supply given to these poles, the copper metals these copper metal get deposited, and as well as here is copper sulfate solution, it is act as an electrolyte. So here is also the deposition of constituent get over there onto the other poles or the other terminals. This process is said to be what? This is said to be the electroplating. By means of electroplating, we can get the desired amount of the coat or layer to the any metal or to any object that can conduct electricity. So we can say to the any conductor. When we place both of them into a vessel in which the copper sulfate are getting used as a form of electrolytes, the electrode are maybe the cathode and anode on which there is electric current to be passed. So the object which has to be electroplated, it is taken up to the negative terminal, that is on the cathode, and the object through which the electroplating is done, that is placed over the electrode, that is anode. When the electric supply get continuous supply to the vessels, there is a disintegration takes place and the deposition of the copper get over there into the other poles, and this one is said to be what? This is electroplating.